about an hour from Elkhart Lake for years, and I've never really done Road America because I'm not a racing person. That was a mistake, but this trip also reminded me that Elkhart Lake is not just Road America. You can make a weekend here as calm or as packed as you want, whether that means lake time and a spa day, or go-karts, wine tasting, pottery, and way too much cheese if there is such a thing. Hello, I'm Lindsay from Have Clothes Will Travel, and I'm back home in Appleton, Wisconsin after spending a few days in Elkhart Lake. Now, I've been to Elkhart Lake in the past, but this most recent trip made me appreciate it in a different way. Now, I've grown up going to Minocqua, Wisconsin. I love Door County, but Elkhart Lake just has a different feel to it. It's close, it's easy, it's not pretentious, it's just a great place to spend a relaxing weekend on the lake with your family. And now, if you know Elkhart Lake because of Road America, I get it. Road America is incredible. But this is also a place that's worth planning an entire weekend around. Now, if you're coming from Appleton or Green Bay, this is an easy little getaway. If you're coming from Milwaukee, Madison, or Chicago, it still feels very doable for a long weekend. So this is my list of the best things to do in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Based on this trip, a few past visits, and the fact that I'm already trying to find a reason to go back. Number 1, experience Road America. I'm going to start with Road America because this was the one thing I could not stop talking about after the trip. I knew Road America was a big deal. Obviously, this is one of the main reasons people come to Elkhart Lake, but I never felt much urgency to go because I'm not a racing person. I didn't grow up watching races. I know next to nothing about cars, and I couldn't give you an educated opinion on what makes one race better than another. And that was clearly my mistake. The go-karts alone were worth it. I would go back just for those. They are so fun, and they can go up to 40 miles per hour. And the UTVs were pretty sweet too. I got to drive one, and that was way more fun than I expected. Now I'm already looking at when I can come back for an actual race because the whole setup is just a lot more fun and relaxed than I pictured. I think I assumed a race meant sitting in one assigned spot all day, and that's not really the vibe here. The property is huge. You can move around, you can pick different places to watch the race from. Bring a chair, bring a cooler, rent a golf cart if you want, or bring your own bike. They also have food on site, including Parker John's, which their barbecue is excellent. And beyond the main race weekends, there are other events here too, like karting, motorcycle events, camping, and even things like the Sunset Cruise, where you can drive your own car on the track. So no, I still cannot pretend like I suddenly know a ton about racing, but Road America made me want to come back and do it properly. Number 2, visit Throttlestop. A stop at Throttlestop also fits really well with the Road America side of Elkhart Lake. It's full of collector cars and motorcycles, and even if you're not someone who can identify every make and model, it's still fun to walk through. And if you have a few more dollars than I do, a lot of these vehicles are for sale too. It was fun to dream. Number 3, get out on Elkhart Lake. Then there's the lake itself, which is the part of Elkhart Lake I already knew that I loved. It's so clear and calm and beautiful. We did a pontoon tour through the Osthoff Resort, which is probably the easiest way to get out on the water. You get the views, you'll learn a little bit about the area, and you don't have to do anything more strenuous than sitting on a boat, which I personally support. Plus, you can have a cocktail and not worry about driving the boat. The Osthoff also has water sports if you want to be more active. Depending on the season, you can do things like kayaking, paddleboarding, and all kinds of other fun lake rentals. And if fishing is your thing, that's another great option here too. I didn't go fishing on this trip, but Elkhart Lake has northerns, walleye, and even muskies, so it's definitely not just a pretty lake to look at. Number 4, take a pottery lesson at Two Fish Gallery. Two Fish Gallery was one of my favorite stops. And I need to say this up front. I am not artistic, not even a little bit. I can appreciate art, I can buy art, but making art is usually where things start to go wrong for me. So I was a little bit nervous about this pottery lesson, but Pat was fantastic. He was patient, funny, and very good at making the whole thing feel approachable. I made what we're calling a salad bowl. It is being fired and shipped to me, so we'll see how the finished product looks at a later date. I'm excited, but I'm also very prepared to laugh at it. But I love this stop. It was hands-on and a nice change of pace from the more active parts of the trip. Just be sure to check the Two Fish Gallery website for current class offerings and registration details. Some classes require multiple sessions, a deposit, and advance registration. And class sizes are limited. I'll link to it in the description. Number 5, visit Henning's Cheese. Henning's cheese was dangerous. I walked out with an obscene amount of cheese, and I can't even show it all to you because I've already eaten the majority of it. The owner at Henning's was such a delight, very animated and funny, and clearly proud of what they make here. They have great squeaky cheese curds, but the 11-year sharp-aged cheddar is what got me. This one is so good. Definitely add a stop at Henning's Cheese to your itinerary. Number 6, do a wine tasting at Vintage Elkhart Lake. Vintage Elkhart Lake was another stop I really enjoyed, partly because the tasting setup was so easy. You buy a prepaid card at the counter, and then you can use it at the wine machines to taste whatever you want. You put the card in, pick a wine, press the button, and it dispenses a tasting pour. If you like it, you can get a full glass. If you don't, you just move on and try something else. I loved this because it took all the pressure out of wine tasting. You're not standing there feeling like you have to say the right thing about oak or tannins or pretend you know exactly what you're doing. It was relaxed and fun, and the owner was wonderful. The shop is also great to browse with wine, gifts, gourmet products, and plenty of things that would be very easy to bring home. Number 7, book a time at Aspira Spa. Aspira Spa at the Osthoff is one of the reasons I already had such a soft spot for Elkhart Lake. I stayed at the Osthoff on a previous trip, and Aspira is still one of my favorite spas that I've ever been to. They have massages, facials, body treatments, nail services, a salt room, which is really cool, indoor and outdoor whirlpools, a sauna, a meditation sanctuary, a yoga room, and a spa cafe. So it's not just one of those places where you show up for a massage and leave immediately after. You can actually make a spa day out of it. My personal favorite is the Cedars massage. I've had it a couple of times now, and it is hands down my favorite massage. I dream about this massage. It also comes with a detox bath, which makes it feel more like a whole experience than just a standard treatment. If you're planning a relaxing weekend at Elkhart Lake, I would absolutely make time for Aspira. And even if you're also doing Road America and the cheese and the wine and everything else, this is still a really good reset. Number 8, golf at Quit-Qui-Oc. Golf is another great option in Elkhart Lake. And I also like Quit-Qui-Oc because it does not feel intimidating. Although I've been told it's by no means an easy course. Everyone here is super friendly, the fees are reasonable, and they also offer lessons, which is nice if you're new to golf or just don't want to feel completely lost out there. The course itself is also really pretty, and it's been family owned for decades. It's also a good lunch stop even if you're not into golfing like me. I had the Twisted Turkey Club, and it was delicious. Number 9, hike the Ice Age Trail. If you want to get outside away from the lake, the beautiful Ice Age Trail is nearby too. And there are a lot of different segments to choose from here. Now, I wouldn't skip the lake time for it, but I do think it's a nice option if you want to get a walk in or hike during the trip. It's also probably a good idea if you've been eating your way through town like me, which is super easy to do here. Number 10, take a class at the Osthoff Cooking School. The Osthoff also has a cooking school. How cool is that? I didn't personally do the class yet, so I can't review it at this time, but I do think it's worth knowing about, especially if you're visiting during cooler weather or want something that doesn't depend on the lake or the weather cooperating. Number 11, eat around town. For a small village, Elkhart Lake has a lot of great places to eat and drink. On this trip, we went to wonderful spots like the Concourse, Lake Street Cafe, Pam's at Siebkin's, and All Seasons. Ooh, and we got ice cream at Gezert's after dinner. I like that it's not all the same kind of food. You can do a resort meal, a casual barbecue, a classic breakfast, wine tasting, cocktails, or a relaxed dinner outside without driving all over the place. All of these places are within walking distance of each other and the resorts, which I love. Number 12, catch live music in the summer. Summer is also when Elkhart Lake has live music around town, so I would check the events calendar before you go. The Osthoff often has music on the lake deck. The Tiki Bar at Elkhart Lake Beach Resort also has live music, as well as Siebken's on select nights. And then depending on when you visit, you may find other music events happening too. This clip here is from Siebken's on a Wednesday night when I got to see Lily Collins perform, and she was fantastic. I love this part of the trip. It's social but not rowdy, very much my speed. Number 13, stay at a resort on the lake. For where to stay, the two places I have personally experienced with are the Osthoff and Siebken's, and they have very different personalities. The Osthoff is the kind of polished lakefront resort option. It's huge and has the spa, restaurants, lake access, and condo-style rooms, so you can get things like a kitchen and in some units also laundry. It is also the pricier option. From what I was told, summer rates can run anywhere from around $300 to $1,500 a night, while winter is usually more like $140 to $600. Siebken's is where I stayed on this trip. It's more historic and old school Wisconsin. They also have condo options, some with kitchens and laundry, but they have a historic buildings room too, which these are much more affordable. At Siebken's, prices range from $175 to $225 a night, and even during race weekends, I was told the most expensive historic rooms are around $250. Siebken's also has great restaurants, including Pam's and the Stop-In Tavern, which is a super cool place to grab a drink at. I love the covered porch area here. There is also the newly reopened Elkhart Lake Beach Resort. I haven't stayed here yet though, so I can't personally attest to it, but it's worth knowing about if you're comparing lakefront options. Now, I don't think one place is automatically better to stay than the other. They're both great spots with great dining options and pools. Now, if you want the spa and the full resort setup, stay at the Osthoff. Now, if you want a more historic setup and a more affordable stay, then Siebken's is the wiser choice. Number 14, walk the village and shop. And finally, leave yourself time to just walk around the village. Elkhart Lake is small, and that is part of why I like it. You're not spending the whole weekend in the car, and if you stay at one of the resorts in town, you can walk to shops, restaurants, the lake, and your hotel. There are enough things to do here, but I don't feel like you need to schedule every single minute. Part of the appeal is letting it be easy. So that is why I think Elkhart Lake is more than a great Road America stop. Road America is incredible, don't get me wrong. And even as someone who is not into racing, I would absolutely go back to experience Road America again. But Elkhart Lake is also just a really good Wisconsin weekend trip. It has the lake, the spa, the food, the wine, the cheese, the pottery, the outdoor stuff, and enough going on that you can make the weekend as relaxed or as busy if you want. Now, if you've been to Elkhart Lake, please let me know in the comments what I should do on my next trip here, because I am already planning my next getaway. And especially let me know what a good race would be to see at Road America, because that is definitely on my summer bucket list now. I'll put more details in the video description along with links to all the places that are mentioned in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video about things to do in Elkhart Lake, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more travel content like this.